Hello Sagittarius! Yuletide greetings to those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. This reading is going to be themed around the winter solstice, and it's going to be using the energy of the Great Conjunction now that we've stepped into the age of Aquarius. This reading is going to be focusing on reflecting on the past year, how it will be closing, and the chapters we should be closing along with it, and what we should carry with us into the new year, and what we should leave behind in the dark. This reading is general for the sign of Sagittarius as a whole, so it may not fully resonate with everyone that it reaches. Please take the messages that you feel like are meant for you, or check another placement if you feel like that would resonate better. Also, if you live in the Southern Hemisphere, the themes of this reading should still apply to you, even if it seems a bit unseasonal. Okay, first we're going to be looking at the past. These are past events that have occurred this year that have really just led you to the point that you are at currently. And, first card we have is the World. I think you've really had a sense of completion this year. You may not be out there now. Yeah, now we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You've had a sense of completion. You've had a success this year. I think this is definitely events that have, obviously played out in this year, the year of a global pandemic, and just everything else that has happened in the year 2020. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is just the definition of that, basically. And then we have the Lovers in reverse. This doesn't necessarily indicate, a breakup or something. This doesn't have to be a romantic issue that's happened in your life. But I do feel like some of you feel kind of out of balance, disharmonious with some kind of, part of me wants to say relationship in your life, but I don't think that's true for everyone. I think that's a certain group, especially with it being the Lovers. It doesn't have to relate to romantic things, but it's definitely a big sign when it does. So I think for some of you, you're definitely like at a difficult point, or have been in this kind of falling out, or like not being on the same page as someone very important to you. For others, though, I feel like it's just some element in your life that you're dissatisfied by. And I think it could be something that you really enjoyed before, and you're kind of at a standstill about what to do about it now. Okay, this is the present, where you're presently at now, where this next week and a half of the year will be leading you as we reach the end of the year. Ooh, and we have death, which, as we all know, doesn't actually mean somebody dying 99% of the time. It's the death of an old way of being and the birth of something new. These influences from the past year with, you know, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, you're going to be cutting that out, breaking free from it. And I think it's going to help you reach this point again with the World. You're completing another cycle and you're making it a success. And we have the Three of Swords. I think you are you're making a decision to walk away from something or someone, and it's going to cause a lot of grief. But I don't necessarily think the majority of this grief is coming from you. I think it's going to cause grief to the other person, but that other person may just not be a very good person in your life. Like, it's unfortunate that, you know, sometimes us making our choices, the Lover's card, the card of choices, can create such pain, but ultimately it's, you know, for the better, and sometimes it's a situation that deserves it. And then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. I think you might have a very rash reaction to this Three of Swords. There may be like a small group of you where, you know, this is the very deep hurt that you're going to be experiencing. And it's going to cause you to kind of, you know, not necessarily lash out, but not think very clearly in terms of your actions and what you're going to be saying to people. And for others, the ones who are, you know, a little bit more detached from this, I think you're going to still remain detached in this situation, and it's going to cause you to be a little bit more cruel or harsh than necessary, or than you would otherwise, you know? Like, it's not your norm. Okay, this is the future. This is how the year will be ending and how it will be coming into the new one, and kind of just the overall energy, theme, events of how the beginning of your year is going to look. We got the Five of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely going to be some behavior that leads to conflict, regardless of who it comes from. King of Pentacles in reverse. And the Queen of Wands. I think during this new year, you're going to be very happy with yourself as a person, and how you do things and get things done. But I think you're also going to be a bit dissatisfied with where you're at in life, especially with it being the King of Pentacles that's in reverse. Yeah, like, I think you're just not satisfied with, like, your prospects right now. And I think with the very end of this year, the very beginning of this year, there's going to be some conflict that really causes you to reflect on that. Alright, we're gonna get 3 last cards. This card is a lesson that you will have learned this past year that you'll be carrying with you forward after these events and after the way that this year is going to end. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, especially on the tail end of that King of Pentacles. You're really just going to learn how to take care of yourself and how to take care of others around. Like, make sure that you are stable and that those around you are as well. Or at least be able to know that you've done your best to help your friends, if that makes sense. Just a very, like, generous energy. I think it's a feeling of, like, you're at your best when you're your most generous. And I think you're learning to expand that to yourself as well. Alright, and then this next card is going to be kind of an action or realization, something like that, that you'll be having within the end of this year, and something that you should do or will be doing. And we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, seeing the Page and the King in reverse, I really think you're going to be... I think a lot of you just aren't happy with, like, your career, or you're starting to think about it in the long term and whether or not you want to be doing that, or if you want to start to now work on what you really want to be doing. And then this final card is going to be what you're bringing with you into the new year, basically. What is going to carry you through this year that's coming. And we have the Five of Cups in reverse. I think for some of you, this is a past hurt. And I think for some of you, you have this past hurt, and now you're going to have another one on top of it with the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords in reverse. And you're just going to not reflect on it, or if you do, you reflect on it in a way that makes you become a better person, if that makes sense. And these types of situations, like Five of Cups, upright situations, those, like, deep hurt that you can't walk away from, it's going to start to be easier to not let it affect you as badly, if that makes sense. And that's not to say that, you know, we let things affect us, but you're not going to become numb to them. It's not that they're not going to hurt, it's that you know how to heal from them much quicker than you would have ever been able to in the past. And yeah, that is the end of this reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you join me for another reading in the future. And yeah, I'm sending you guys a lot of luck. It looks like the end of this year might be a little bit rocky for you, and you're going to be going through just a lot of challenges and a lot of lessons, but I think you are more than strong enough to come out on the other side of those victorious, especially with this Queen of Wands energy here. And yeah, I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, especially on this dark night. Take care.